Blog Talk Radio.
You are listening to Nat Turner Library Radio, featuring authors Michael Muhammad and Khalifa Muhammad. Nat Turner Library Radio.
You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Network. If you are offended by black people discussing our suffering, black people discussing our struggle, and black people talking about solutions to our problems, then this show is not for you. You have been warned. Nat Turner Library Radio.
Brothers and sisters, you are listening to the latest episode of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. I am your host, Brother Michael Muhammad, executive producer, author of the book Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, The Black Woman. Tonight's subject, brothers and sisters, Immunoboost 100, also known as IB100. This is the last for the season of the shows dealing with immunotherapy and solutions to the pandemic. Brothers and sisters, you're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Our guest tonight is CEO of natures-v.com, e.ahad Muhammad, and friends and associates of the natures-v.com family. Why is Brother Michael of Nat Turner Library Radio Show allowing this information to come forth over and over and over and over again? It's because it's necessary. We say in Islam that we hurl truth at falsehood until we knock its brains out. And so the truth is that immunotherapy has been an effective treatment for very hard to treat conditions, brothers and sisters. And some of those hard-to-treat conditions include lupus, H.I.V, COVID-19, and other autoimmune diseases such as alopecia and others. We're going to hear direct testimony, if it pleases Allah's will. We're going to hear direct testimony, brothers and sisters, from those who have been there. You're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Before I begin, as always, I'd like to say, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the one God who appeared to us in the person of Master Wali Fard Muhammad, who came 9,000 miles from the holy city of Mecca to teach the black man and woman of North America the knowledge of the God that had been lost for over 66 trillion years. He taught us also the knowledge of our enemy. We thank him for raising up the little man of Georgia who is now risen to become the exalted Christ sitting on the throne, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I thank them, too, for leaving us a guide in this dark, dark world. The final warner, as we all will see next week on the 4th of July. I speak none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's in their names I greet the listening audience on this day, June 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I greet the listening audience of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show in the words of peace and paradise. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum, which simply means may peace be unto you for those who are not familiar. Shalom alaikum, which is Hebrew, which means the same, may peace be unto you. To my Hebrew Israelite family, House of David, House of Israel, the Israelites for Christ, and all wherever you may be. Brother Mikael from the Soul Vegetarian, Brother Prince Israel here in Atlanta. Shalom to you, brothers and sisters. Islam and assalamu alaikum to Brother Grand Sheikh Haru in Atlanta and the More Science Temple here in Atlanta. Habari gani? That's just Pan-African Swahili language for what's the news, brothers and sisters, to my Pan-Africanist family who are listening. Hotep, in the ancient language of Imhotep, for our Kemetic science brothers and sisters who are listening in. To my good Christian family, wherever you may be, praise the Lord. And to Brother Amungeb and Sister Mayat Rae K. Atum Rae, and Attorney Patricia Basad, shout out to you for all the work you're doing in freeing Dr. Malachi York. In the Anunnaki language, Rahubat simply means may peace be unto you. To my brothers and sisters from the Black Panther Party, the new Black Panther Party, Sister Ya Asentawa, spokesperson, and Chairman Hashim Akhenaten Nzinga, spoke to him earlier this week. May Allah continue to bless you mighty soldiers to fight the good fight and keep our people protected in the time of war. Black Power fist to you. To the Nat Turner Gun Club and Huey P. Newton Gun Club. And to the many other black-owned gun clubs that are trying to have our people to be protected during a time of war like ourselves. Shout out and Black Power to you. To my 5% brothers and sisters, peace to the gods. And everyone else, if I missed you, you're just listening in for the first time on podcasts or you're listening live tonight on June 28th at 7 p.m. Just want to say good evening and welcome. Tonight's episode is a complete explanation of something that is going to help you. Immunoboost 100, also known as IB100. This is a substance, a amino acid, that has been treating black men and women and people of all types with very hard to deal with conditions. And so we're going to, hopefully, if it please Allah, talk with the CEO of the only immunotherapy solution for women of color, or foundation for women of color in the world, Brother E.ahad Muhammad. We had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Patrice Muhammad last week. We thank her and we thank her for what she's doing. She's transferring facilities and in the coming months to the Atlanta metro area to service the black community, and particularly the black woman and her health needs with naturopathic medicine. That is her practice, along with immunotherapy. Brothers and sisters, you can support the Nat Turner Library Radio Show by supporting my writing, if you would, by going to www.bro, that's B-R-O, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, M-U-H-A-D, that's bromichaelmuhammad.com. You can purchase, if you click on the shop, you can purchase the book, Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, which is a research study that I've done for over 20 years into the historical subjugation of the mind of black people from the beginning of antiquity. We go into the research that NASA shows, give you a little taste of what it is. I go into the research in the first 3 chapters of how NASA is proving that the black matter of the universe, for example, is the most prevalent matter in the universe. I quote some NASA researchers, and they're finding that that black matter has a consciousness to it, and it's continuing to grow. And so I go through the deductive reasoning proving that the black man is indeed God. And what does that mean historically, and what does the scripture of the Bible and the Quran have to say about blackness and the color of the Creator? These also go into some of the research that deals with the subjugation of black women, including the health of black women and how they're destroying us with chemicals and whatnot. I go into some brief research into that. And so tonight's subject, of course, dealing with IB100 and immunotherapy and those who have benefited from that. You know, we're going to continue to talk about that. So go and buy this book. You can download the e-version if you have an e-reader or a cell phone or a tablet, computer. You'll find that this book is worth your time. You can buy this both copies on www.bromichaelmuhammad.com. You'll also find some of the biggest selection of exotic fragrances available on the internet. We have things from Baby Fat Goddess. We have some CK1 and Egyptian Musk, number 1, Egyptian Musk Supreme, Red Egyptian Musk, frankincense and all those things that you have heard about, but you have the highest quality coming directly here. We have a secure way of getting it to you without it breaking, if it please Allah. And also support us by buying some of our T-shirts that we have available. We have a wide selection of great T-shirts, great sayings, good quality shirts made by, and the shirts are made by a black-owned business. Yeah, so when you support BroMichaelMuhammad.com, the maker of the website is a black woman. The maker of the T-shirts is a black man. The seller of these products is a black person. So we are black here at the Nat Turner Library. There's nothing that you can say about blackness and not support your own. So go to BroMichaelMuhammad.com, buy something, listen to our podcast, and look at some of the writings that I have published on BroMichaelMuhammad.com. Please, also, if you're interested in supporting the IB100 and buying some of the product for therapy for yourself, I suggest you go to Natures, Natures -V as in Victor.com, natures-v.com. That's a site that you're going to pay attention to in order to look at some of the research if you doubt any of the claims today that has been compiled by the CEO. And if you're willing to purchase the supplement, which I suggest you do because I'm a user of it, and I suggest you do as well, to keep your immune system boosted. The rates, brothers and sisters, of death, it's sad to say, and let me look at the current rates, but there are thousands upon thousands of people across the country in the United States of America that are dying from some complications to COVID-19. Whether you believe it's real or not matters not to me. Somebody's dying from something, and we know of some people personally who have died in our beloved nation of Islam. And so boost your immune system. We talked to Brother Victor Muhammad, biomedical research scientist, a brother who's developed a lot of criteria. Support him in his book on Amazon called Moments in the Mind of a Minister by Victor, Victer Muhammad. He talks about he doesn't trust, and rightfully so, he doesn't trust the National Institute of Health and all the research facilities because he's been behind the scenes with them as a research scientist, and he finds that they are some of the most diabolical people he's been around. So something is killing 125,000 people thus far since March, with 2.5 million confirmed cases, and it's growing big time in Brazil, United Kingdom, Italy has always been at the top of the list, but America is head and shoulders and waist above everyone else. So please, brothers and sisters, go to natures-v.com and get familiar with this episode. If you know someone who's suffering from lupus, alopecia, gout, you know someone who was recently diagnosed with cancer, things like that, please tell them to call in tonight and listen live. If you're listening on podcast, you can't call in. You just have to share the podcast and tell them to contact Natures V so they can help you. The phone number is 515-605-9762. 515-605-9762. What is the Nat Turner Library? Brothers and sisters, real simply put, the Nat Turner Library, it's 103 acres of pristine land in the historical area, recognized as the liberating land for our great ancestor, the Honorable Nat Turner, who had, we call him honorable because he was a man who had a good solution for freedom. He knew he had to fight for his freedom by any means necessary. And so to this day, if you mention to the ruling party the words Nat Turner or Gabriel Prosser or any of those liberators, okay, you know, the enemy gets afraid. And so the Nat Turner Library was started by Elder H.I.V Khalifa, okay, who will be our guest. We have an interview with the founder of the Nat Turner Library next week on Thursday at 7 p.m., July 2nd, which is also the birth anniversary of the chairman of the Nat Turner Library, my good friend and chairman of the Nat Turner Library, Brother Khalifa Muhammad. So Elder H.I.V Khalifa Muhammad and his wife, may Allah be pleased with her, dearly departed wife, Rita Fard Khalifa, started the Nat Turner Library to compile all the books in the spirit of Nat Turner, which, you know, reading liberated Nat Turner from the purpose of being a slave. into a freedom fighter. It was knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that he utilized to be free. And so in that spirit, Elder Khalif Khalifa decided to start the Nat Turner Library for the purpose of creating freedom, justice, and equality for his people. He started United Brothers, United Sisters Books and Things back in the 70s, and has been going strong and has published hundreds of books, and he himself has written dozens. You can go to the website natturnerlibrary.com to see some of those, or black-e-books.com. And brothers and sisters, I suggest next week you tune in to learn more about the history, where you can hear how Elder Baba Khalif Khalifa, founder of the Nat Turner Library, assisted to the best of his ability the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by publishing and keeping the books published, Message to the Black Man, How to Live, Our Savior Has Arrived, when it wasn't popular to do so in the early onset of the Nation of Islam. And so you're going to learn that by next week. Okay, so brothers and sisters, again, if you want to be a part of this conversation tonight, I suggest that you tell the person who's not listening in to call in at 515-605-9762. Follow us on Facebook at Nat Turner Library Radio Show. You can also go to, YouTube at youtube.com/Nat Turner Library Radio. Twitter, NTLR-radio. You can go to Instagram at Nat_Turner_Library_radio. And you can also follow us on Vimeo at vimeo.com/NTLR to listen to our archives. You can also go to bromichaelmuhammad.com.
Mr. Muhammad.
Yes.
It is time for the news with Sister Tan.
Yes, it is. Boy, does time fly when you're having fun. Sister Tangela, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, ma'am. Wow, I was going on strong, and then the thing said it's time for you to come on. How are you, Sister Tangela?
I'm doing well. All praises to Allah. How you doing, Brother Michael?
Oh, I'm doing fine by Allah's permission. We are in the concluding shows of this season 4, which was a Power Pack season, don't you think, Sister Tangela?
I do believe it was.
And we are in another Power Pack episode with another Power Pack full of news. Sister Tangela, another hard week of news. What's going on out there?
All right. Greetings, family. Tonight in the news, we start off with NewYorkPost.com. Ford plans to unveil new Bronco on O.J. Simpson's birthday. So apparently, Ford Motor Company is bringing back the SUV and famously used as a getaway car by O.J. Simpson on his actual birthday. The car manufacturer will unveil the 2021 Ford Bronco on July the 9th. Now, according to Ford, they said that it was actually a coincidence. They had no idea July 9th was his birthday. So it actually was a coincidence that they're actually unveiling the new Ford Bronco on O.J. Simpson's birthday.
Mm-hmm. That's what they say, yes, ma'am.
That's what they say. I think they probably. I'm sure marketing knew when his birthday was and knew that they were actually unveiling it on his birthday. That to me doesn't seem to be a big coincidence. Of all the dates, July the 9th, and y'all unveiling the new Bronco.
The anniversary when he was arrested driving a Bronco.
Yes, driving a Bronco, right.
I mean, I don't know, white folk is something else when it comes to marketing strategy, but we know the universe didn't make no coincidence like that. That was a planned act.
That is true. That was a planned act. I agree.
I just have a quick comment, Sister Tangela, on this whole O.J. thing. Brothers and sisters, my upcoming book next year, which I will share the title once it's patented. I'm going to discuss some of the hidden history of the investigation of the O.J. Simpson trial. There was a confession by someone who actually did kill those two people, and it was not O.J. Simpson, and the police department of Los Angeles, Sister Tangela, just disregarded it. Upcoming book next year, brothers and sisters, you'll find that history there. So, welcome to America. What else you got for us, Sister Tangela?
Okay, the next article is from JPB News. Immunoboost.org. Georgia legislature passes historic hate crimes bill with bipartisan support. The actual Governor Brian Kemp received a actual historic hate crime bill in which it's called House Bill 426. It adds extra penalties for those found guilty of committing certain crimes against someone because of their race, religion, sexual orientation, or disability. The final version also requires the creation of a database to track hate crimes across the state. Now, the state of Georgia is probably one of the fewest states that does not have a hate crime law. So this is something that's going to be. If I'm not mistaken, I think Governor Kemp actually did sign and pass the bill the other day.
Yeah. The bill was passed as you're reading it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he did sign off on that. So we do now. Georgia does now have a hate crime bill on the books.
Well, how do you feel about that, Sister Tangela?
It's needed. I mean, it's very much needed. I think that Senator Bill Cosworth, a Republican from Athens, had a brilliant thing he said. He said we have a long history in Georgia of embedded discrimination. He said we can't deny it, we can't run from it, and but we can change it. He said that we can't. If you stand by idly and tolerate hatred and discrimination, then you're a part of the problem. And that's the thing that people here in Georgia got to understand. If nothing is being done, then we are part of the problem. So something has to be done by it. And I think that was the perfect thing for them to do. And in spite of all this hatred that's been happening here in Georgia and across the United States, you got to have a hate crime bill there because what happened to our poor brother Ahmaud Arbery in South Georgia.
Yeah.
In South Georgia,
and the other brother who was killed.
Yeah, that should be considered a hate crime.
Well, I agree. I just have one challenge with it, Sister Tangela. As a black man in North America, usually that means when they have hate crime bills that if you're a black man and you even look at a white person the wrong way and they cry and scream, they're going to say, he was attacking him because he's
That's
white.
True. It can go both ways. You're absolutely right.
Or in the case of that pastor that you read the article on last show, where he defended himself. Right. Can you imagine if they didn't do no investigation? That he'd be charged with a hate crime.
Honestly, because he kept pushing for it,
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, though. That's true. That it can come back to haunt us in that absence. But
we just gotta be careful. It's time to separate, so we have to deal with all that.
Of course.
But yes, ma'am. What else you have for us?
The next article is from WJTV.com. Mississippi barbers receive free training to become mental health advocates. Right. A national grassroots movement called the Confess Project brought 20 Mississippi barbers together to train them on how to be mental health advocates for their clients. With barbers being the epicenter of the community, Lorenzo Lewis made it his mission to teach barbers how to help their clients grow and to encourage long-term success. This is actually brilliant. I think this is something that should have been put in place. I think because, you think about your beautician, your barber, people you see on a regular basis, maybe once a week, every other week. I don't see a beautician, so I don't see it, but, I don't go to the beauty shop. But
you don't need to because you're already a beautiful woman.
I mean, but I wear my natural hair, but I think that I think women and men both would benefit if they had someone that could listen to them. Because, unfortunately, with black people, we have such a bias about going to see a psychologist. We think it's a taboo, it's a big thing, you crazy. So I think them doing this in Mississippi was a wonderful thing to do, is having your barber to have a mental health training.
Background.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm going to say. I'm a student, novice.
You're a psychologist major.
Right, that's my major, trauma psychology. So here's what I have to say, brothers and sisters. If you, as I always say, you know what I'm going to say, Sister Chancellor. If you black and you in America, you need a counselor. Yeah, you need a psychologist. I'm not necessarily an advocate of psychiatry unless there's an extreme circumstance, and what psychiatry is the chemical imbalance of the brain. But you need a counselor, which is a psychologist.
Exactly.
You need a trained auditor. If you will follow the process of auditing as done through the Dianetics training, you need something to relieve the burden, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, of the ill effects of your past. And in that spirit,
and also even with what's going on today, the trauma that we are receiving and seeing all our brothers and sisters being killed in the street today, that is trauma.
Right.
You know, to ignore that and say that you're all right, that's not true. This affects you as well. All that you see on the news affects a person. So having a psychologist or a counselor in your life and seeing it at least once a month, just someone that you can talk to and have the ability to say, this is what I'm having problems digesting. You know, because the last thing you want to do is become so not interested anymore of what's happening in the world today. You don't want to. You don't want to become that. You don't want to do that to yourself.
Well said, Sister Tansley. I want to tell the audience the two past guests that we've had this season, both offering for initial consultation for mental health counseling or practitioners in the field. Counselor Gerald, Jerrold King, who is a retired trauma counselor. He's been on our show twice over the last 4 years. And this is a brother I trust. He's a African-centric minded black counselor. He's a brother that I trust. He's a very well-read man, and he's confidential, as is Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Gerald King can be reached at, for initial consultation at no cost, 678-542-9065. That's 678-542-9065. You can email Counselor Gerald King at NIYA333JLK@gmail.com if you so wish. That's NIYA333, J as in Juliet, LK as in Kilo @gmail. You can also reach Dr. Umar Johnson, 678-906-6306, and that's for texting, okay? You can also reach Dr. Umar at 84, I gave you guys the wrong number. Dr. Umar, Dr. Umar's text-only number to reach him for life coaching, homeschooling sessions, 215-989-9858. That's 215-989-9858, or 844-4 Dr. Umar. That's Dr-Umar. He's offering life coaching as well. If you have no counselor, if you have no therapist, and you are having ill effects in your life of anything going on, don't hope it go away, brothers and sisters.
No, don't.
Take these resources that are being offered to you at no cost for consultation. Thank you, Sister Tams. We'll continue on to the next one, please.
Okay, the last article is from CNBC.com. Coronavirus cases grow in more than 30 states as the U.S. sets a record for average daily cases. The coronavirus cases are growing in more than 30 states based on a 7-day moving average, as governors in Florida and Arizona place a hold on their reopening, and Texas tightened restrictions once again. As of Thursday, the nation's 7-day average of new COVID-19 cases increased more than 38% compared to a week ago, according to the CNBC analyst at Johns Hopkins University, reaching a record high average of more than 33,000 daily new cases. Cases are growing by 5% or more based on a change in average new cases compared with last week in 35 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Nevada. Those states are also among the 13 that hit record highs in their average number of daily new cases as of this past Thursday. Now, on Friday, members of the White House Coronavirus Task Force warned that young people in states with rising cases numbers, that while they were not to be at risk of serious illness, they could also affect someone else who is. People are affecting other people with. Ultimately, you will affect someone who's vulnerable. You know, Vice President Mike Pence said that there are 16 states reporting a rise in the total number of cases and a percent of those tests coming back positive. He said that roughly half of the new cases are Americans under the age of 35, which at a certain level is very encouraging news because experts say that young people are less likely to be susceptible to serious illness from the virus. Now, Texas reported a 79% increase in its weekly average corona cases, averaging 4.757 daily new cases. Now, Florida is averaging about 4.013 daily cases, which is about a 67% increase since 1 week ago. You know, and it's sad to see this, but unfortunately, in Georgia, it's also increasing as well. You know, so a lot of these states who open early, the cases are going up, and a lot of that has to do with that Memorial Day weekend. And as you can see, what's happening is because this is now going into June, going into July, people were out and about that Memorial Day holiday weekend. Everybody went out. Everybody went to the beaches. Everybody went, went partying to the bars, to the restaurants. They went all out, and then now, here you go 3 weeks later, going 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, here come the cases coming in. Because once again, had that 2 week period, and now you're starting to show symptoms, and now people are getting sick.
Absolutely.
It was not time to open. It just wasn't time, and people are not wearing masks. But when you have a president not wearing masks, then of course you're going to have those who follow his thought process thinking, why should I wear a mask? My president won't wear a mask. But that's just my little soapbox. But honestly, people, I know some people are against the whole mask thing, and masks don't work and masks don't help, but do something to help yourself.
Absolutely, Sister Tangela. I got to say this. That's the subject of tonight. We got to boost our immune systems.
We got to boost our immune system.
I had the pleasure of having Brother Victor on several times this season. Brothers and sisters who are listening live, the switchboard is lit up. I see you, Brother e.ahad. Thank you for the guest, Brother David, Brother Darrell, and Brother Demetrius, who will be participating in the discussion. But Sister Tangela, we got to boost our immune system.
We got to boost our immune system.
Brother Victor said it best a few weeks ago. He said, look, there's a natural way to boost your immune system. How to eat to live, 1 meal a day, clean water, good sleep, low stress. But Immunoboost 100, something that we use here at the Nat Turner Library radio show. I'm suggesting, brothers and sisters, that you listen very carefully tonight to what is going to be said about this supplement. Sister Tangela, was that all the news we had tonight?
Yes, that was the last article. Yes, sir.
All praises due to Allah. Thank you, as always, for analyzing and making
Brother Michael.
sense. Thank you for what you do for the Nat Turner Library radio show, and we thank you for your analysis and keeping us well informed of what's going on in this sick, literally sick world that we're in right now, Sister Tangela. And in more ways.
We got the cooties.
We got the original cooties is here, called COVID-19. This is worse than the worst case of cooties you can imagine, brothers and sisters.
Yes,
but we got a supplement that's going to help with the cooties and COVID.
We do.
And so tonight we're going to talk about immunotherapy. It's going to help with it.
Sir.
And I'll leave you as I greeted you, Sister Tangela, in the words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Brothers and sisters, this episode is one that you must hear. If you doubt anything that you've heard about what's going on out there, listen to this episode tonight, brothers and sisters. Immunoboost 100 is all I got to say. Get it, and we're going to find out why. After these brief messages, CEO of natures-v.com and friends, Brother e.ahad Muhammad. Yes, he's back again. and for good reason. Find out why right after this. Listening to Nat Turner Library Radio Show.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio. Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Final Call Radio is now live. I repeat, Final Call Radio is now live. Final Call Radio is a 24-hour streaming service featuring the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Hear messages from the minister 24 hours a day. Hear news reports and updates from around the country on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Take us everywhere. Log on to finalcall.com and click the Listen Live button. Final Call Radio, Final Call News, the official voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam.
This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home. This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home.
Here to tell you about my research study. The research study titled Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, The Black Woman. The long-awaited first research study titled is designed for the original man and woman of North America and those who wish to know the truth. Go to bromichaelmuhammad.com, BROMichaelMuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. This title contains the hidden history from the antiquity of human beings to modern times and the behind-the-scenes demise of black consciousness. Did you know that the black woman has a direct connection to the river systems in America? Did you know that the fable of black skin being a curse is not in the Bible, but indeed a creation of the Babylonian Talmud? Also, in this book, you'll find the hidden history behind the women's liberation movement and black human rights as a form of black disunity. All of this and much, much more. Go to bromichaelmuhammad.com and purchase the book, Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind. This award-winning book is available now from Amazon on an e-reader, and you can purchase the hard copy at bromichaelmuhammad.com. You can also call 678-777-8288, 678-777-8288 to order your copy. I also am available for speaking engagements on the subject matter of this commentary. Call again, 678-777-8288, or visit bromichaelmuhammad.com. Also, go to Facebook and look up Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1. Also on Instagram, Checkmate. Learn how to keep your black mind your own. Peace.
Nat Turner Library Radio.
After going through so many setbacks from COVID-19, millions of people have fell behind on their payments. Don't get caught with bad credit. Having good credit in 2020 is extremely important. It determines a lot about the lifestyle you live. Call 657-699 Whether you want to buy a home or you're already a homeowner, whether you have one collection or 5 collections, judgments, charge-offs, or other negative credit, call us now at 657-699-9901. We guarantee results within 45 days and operate under the Credit Repair Organization Act. Why pay rent monthly on an apartment when you can be a homeowner? Don't make your landlord rich. You be the landlord. Buy and sell homes, cars, or stock. Do you have food stored in your home? Do you have enough room to store food? Purchase and own a 5-bedroom home instead of renting a 2-bedroom apartment. Call 657-699-9901 Credit Brokers. 657-699-9901 Credit Brokers. When you have good credit, you can get almost anything you want.
I am a warner from God. I might as well get it out, because there are some things that are about to happen that only a change in the behavioral pattern of those in positions of power can stop. The nations are angry, and God's wrath has come. It is the time of the deprived to be given justice. Well, what are you advocating, Farrakhan? Revolution? I'm advocating justice, but revolution is already taking place.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
And we're back, brothers and sisters. June 28th, 7:42 Eastern Standard Time. Immunoboost 100, also known as IB100. What is it? What's immunotherapy? We went through that last week. We'll talk briefly about it again. And brothers and sisters, I have to say, on the heels of my teacher and guide speaking just a moment ago, next Saturday, please go to www.noi.org. This is a lecture that you do not want to miss. This is not your normal feel-good lecture. I want you to hear what Allah has to say through His servant in our midst at noi.org on Saturday. Okay? Saturday, brothers and sisters, Saturday. This coming Saturday. Okay? We got 6 days. I want you to hear what our teacher and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has to say about the state of the world. This is a message not just for believers in the nation. It is a message the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to the world. It is called The Criterion, live webcast at www.noi.org/webcast. Okay, on Saturday. Brothers and sisters, the 4th of July, Independence Day. Don't miss that. Don't miss that is all I can say. Well, brothers and sisters, we are here tonight to talk about a subject that everyone's talking about in the news, whether you know it or not. What to do about your immune system. For those who've been listening for the last few months to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, please go to our archives and find the various health sections at bromichaelmuhammad.com. Click on health and look at casts that are up there. Look at the different sites such as lsow.org, healthatitsbest.net. And this site, the CEO of natures-v.com, a brother E.ahad Muhammad, a hard-working man, a man, brothers and sisters, who I've gotten to know over the last few months. This is a man who means business when it comes to your health and the health of the people. This is a man who is a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and has served in many capacities. And brothers and sisters, without further delay, let's get him on, Brother CEO of naturesv.com. E.ahad Muhammad, are you there, sir? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. How are you today, Brother Michael?
I am doing well by Allah's permission. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Brother, we are blessed by God's grace and mercy and thankful that we can do our little part in helping humanity get back to health. And we are happy to be here on your show today. Thank you for having us.
Well, we are thankful for you to be on our show and doing what you do at the family of natures-v.com. We're going to get familiar with the family of natures-v some more today. Brother E.ahad Muhammad, Brother Eric, if I may, Immunoboost 100, IB100. We've talked about it before, but we want to talk more in depth today. We have with you today a lot of those who've been under the care, if you would, of some of the staff for Natures-V. We have some people who have benefited from the treatments of immunotherapy. We've talked about immunotherapy before, but for the listening audience that is listening for the first time, in a couple of sentences, if you can, tell us real brief exactly what is immunotherapy, what is autoimmune disease, as you best you can, and then we'll jump right in for those who are listening for the first time.
Well, immunotherapy, as given to us by biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad, the taxonomy for that is immunotherapy in our hands refers to the use of the body's own immune system to be the guiding principle for the exogenous immune agents, proteins, and modulators intended to mimic the body's own immune response when the body has been compromised. So basically, the body healing itself. 3 years ago, we came together and I met Brother Victor Muhammad and found out his history as it related to him being the first scientist in America to cure Demetrius Muhammad of H.I.V. You heard of this through Brother Alim Muhammad and its announcement at the Million Man March. Since then, we have found that this immunotherapy, which is not a common word to the average person, the immunotherapy, of course, is using the immune system to cure autoimmune diseases, I should say treat autoimmune diseases, and return the body back to homeostasis, which means the place it was before it was affected by the viral aspects or the bacterial aspects or other pathogens that cause issues that we now see quite grossly across a large spectrum of Americans, 100 million, 75 million of those are color who have these issues, and we found that now the IB100 has given great relief to many people who take it as it relates to autoimmune diseases. We know that it's a great effective treatment for HIV or herpes. They are now using it for anyone that has hepatitis. And these therapies have been known in a pharmaceutical sense since 1956, I believe, and they are used in the animal husbandry world also. That's why you have products that are known of in that environment. So this is a very commonly known substance, but IB100 has the greatest history of treating the human being for these illnesses or illnesses, if you will. Sicknesses, I'm sorry, that exist in people.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. Thank you for that explanation. We have with us tonight, Brother Eric, a brother who you had mentioned earlier, a brother who, if I may use the term, was serodeconverted. Am I saying that correctly?
Serodeconversion is absolutely the term.
Okay. And before we get to our guest to join us in the conversation, can you briefly state to the audience what serodeconversion means briefly, and then we can get our brother on.
If you looked up the taxonomy of serodeconversion in the American dictionary, you won't find it because it simply means a person who went from HIV positive to HIV negative. And since they say that that's never happened, they don't have a definition for it. But if you look up the word that they use for a person who's went from HIV negative to HIV positive, they would call it seroconvert. So Brother Demetrius Muhammad is the first person in the history of the United States that we know of that we can categorically say with others that has serodeconverted, means he went from HIV positive to HIV negative while using the supplement known as IB100 or Immunoboost 100 that was created by Biomedical Research Sciences Victor Muhammad in 1994.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, without further delay, let's bring on Brother Demetrius. Brother Demetrius, sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, Brother Demetrius. Welcome to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. And thank you again. You've been on before, back in March, and thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, Brother Demetrius, I want to first and foremost heartfelt say thank you for sharing with the world, again, your courageous spirit in sharing with the world some of the most intimate things that happens to a person, such as our immune system and diseases or illnesses that happen to us. It's not an easy thing, and I want to thank you for having the courage to do that again here on the Nat Turner Library Radio Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's jump right in. I want to repeat what we had said back in March with the audience that's listening today. So, I was present October 16th, 1995, and that wonderful day that I arguably say, Brother Demetrius, was the most beautiful day of my life. Other than me being born to a God-fearing and God-loving mother, I would say that the next most beautiful day was October 16th, 1995, when I, Brother Michael Muhammad, was born into the spirit of which makes this show exist: freedom, justice, and equality. You were also present, and you came before the world. I remember your testimony. You were asked these questions, and I'd like to repeat that. Brother Demetrius, prior to meeting Dr. Ali Muhammad or getting treated with the supplement, if you would, Immunoboost 100, did you have HIV in your bloodstream?
Yes, I was positive.
Okay. And Brother Demetrius, after some time of treatment with the supplement of Immunoboost 100, did you have HIV in your bloodstream anymore?
Absolutely negative. No more. No, sir.
Praise be to Allah, Brother Demetrius. Thank you for that testimony again. The Quran says, bring forth 4 witnesses. You've stated this 4 times to my knowledge, and so it must be true. Now,
well, on that day,
it
had to be about 2.2 million witnesses.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I was happy to be one of them.
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Demetrius, if I may, and Brother Eric could jump in if you want. You also, on last time we were on the show, I think we had something to do with it. You had a family member who was diagnosed, I believe, with COVID-19, and you were in that family member's presence. Is that right?
Absolutely. It was my father, Dr. Earl Bledsoe, Bledsoe. I would want to say somewhere between the 11th and 10th of the month, my father started exhibiting symptoms of COVID-19. And by me being in his presence, I, in turn, got the virus too.
Yes, sir.
And it's not nothing to play with. I can tell you that.
Yes, sir.
It was it had been a very uphill journey for my father and myself. But there is good news. My father is home. He's doing well. He is COVID free. I am COVID free. But I do want the listening audience to know that IB100 was shipped to my residence, and within 24 to 48 hours of me taking IB100, my fever broke. I was able to get my eating, my appetite came back, and things of that nature. So I can definitely bear witness to what happened to me 26 years ago, 25 years ago, and I can actually bear witness to what happened to me 90 days ago with IB100.
Allahu Akbar. Brother Demetrius, you are a true warrior to endure the onslaught of viruses and biological weapons that the enemy has given us. And in both cases, you've been treated with Immunoboost 100. In both cases, you've been victorious. We salute you and we salute the staff, our brother CEO, Brother e.ahad Muhammad, in your treatment. Is there anything that you'd like to disclose along that line
May I ask
before
a question,
we go?
Brother Michael?
Absolutely.
Can you, Brother Demetrius, just give us a history of IB100? Because with any product, the product's life history is important to the brand of the product. And
yes, sir.
If you can give your listening audience take a few minutes and give them a synopsis of how you came in contact, what year that was, the time that you've been successfully free of all the things that you're dealing with, and then the brief history of coming back in contact with Nature's V and using IB100. I know we just did it in a very short term, but I believe the listening audience will benefit from you, especially because you have the longest history, 25 years of using the product or being relieved by the product.
I first came introduced with the product back in 1994. I believe it was the early first quarter of 1994 by biochemist researcher, Brother Victor Muhammad. I was working at the Abundant Life Clinic along with Dr. Abdul Alim Muhammad at that time, who was the Minister of Health and Human Services with the Nation of Islam. And Dr. Alim, working at the clinic and also being a patient of the clinic, Dr. Alim said, we're going to try another form of therapy for you, and that's when I was introduced to Brother Victor's form of the Immunoboost that I needed to go to the next level of what I thought was just treatment for me, but it actually did something else. It actually healed me, because we want to be very careful with the CURE word. And people can do whatever they want to do with that. I know what it did for me. And that's when I came in contact with IB100 by way of research scientist, Brother Victor Muhammad. And we want the listening audience to know that this particular product has been in existence for 26 years. For 26 years. So it has a lifespan. It has a journey. It has seen what it needs to do with other individuals that have gone through other ailments and things of that nature. So it has withstood the test of time. Brother Eric, is that good?
Well, that is good. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, Brother Eric, hold tight. I just want to make a quick comment. I remember that day, brother.
Yes,
I'm going to take too long in this statement. And I remember afterward, I had a few people that I knew in my hometown who had caught HIV. And I desperately tried to get them the supplement, desperately. It was way back in the 90s. No one knew how to get it. No one that I knew personally knew how to get it then. And several people that I knew died of HIV as a result. And the reality is we have to pay attention to your testimony, as I did October 16th, 1995, because it's something that is true testimony. That's all I had to say. Brother Eric, what were you about to say, sir?
Thank you. That's really a segue into what the importance of someone like Brother Demetrius is. You know, there's 70 million people that have been diagnosed with HIV, so they say, since 1984. 30 million of those people have died. And if we had the type of system in place to where if we were free and independent people and we could set up our own laboratories and have our own doctors who are not being paid by the government through these healthcare systems, we could have saved a lot of people. So we do have a fiduciary responsibility in coming on shows like yours, Brother Michael, and letting people know that there is an alternative. Today you see programs on they're talking about Biktarvia and Truvada, and you see the legal shows saying that the side effects are killing people, but they're still pushing these things that are never going to relieve the people of what they need. So we're thankful to be on your show to let people know that they do have an alternative for their own life if they would take it. So we're grateful, and we're grateful for Brother Demetrius' testimony, because people need to know that it's not a death sentence, but if you have the right guidance from God. Go ahead.
If I may, I do apologize, Brother Eric. I do want to say something, if it's okay, Brother Michael, because I want to let the listening audience know how powerful IB100 is. I like a few others out here have suffered with hypertension for quite some time, high blood pressure. And when you go to your primary care, they want to make sure you get on different blood pressure regimens and things of that nature. So when Brother Eric and myself reconnected about a year ago, I had a reoccurring cough. Do you remember that cough, Brother Eric?
I do.
Yes. Now, since taking IB100, consequently, when I got sick due to COVID-19, I don't have that cough anymore. Now, if you heard me clearing your throat and coughing is two different things. Right. So the IB100 has taken that cough away that I had when I was taking a particular blood pressure medicine. Oh, sound like lisinopril. Thank you for saying it. I know I know a lot about some of these medications. I just don't let the world know what I know. But that's lisinopril and any other pril that you can think of. Side effects is coughing. They tell you there's nothing they can do about it. They just want you to suffer. Nothing they can do about it. And the sad thing is, when they're broadcasting this, in between shows and things of that nature, where if your tooth fall out, if your eyeball fall out, if your toe is on the other side of the room, and things of that nature, these are just one of the side effects, and you be like, well, damn. I mean, I know. Come on now. What you supposed to do? Because see, now you got to take something else to deal with the side effect. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I just need the listening audience to know that with IB100, increase of energy, increase of appetite, and whether it be male or female, increase of sex drive. That's what it does. So your eyeball not going to come out. You're not going to lose your hair overnight, things of that nature. It's all natural, and it's what the body is, just like what Brother Eric said earlier on. it takes the body back what the body was supposed to be doing normally anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I bear witness. Real quick, I said it last week. I'll say it again. I had this problem in my ear, Brother Demetrius, where several months ago I went to an ear, nose, throat doctor. I had this ringing in my ear, this swishing sound. They looked in there, two different doctors. They said, we can't see none. Everything looks fine. I started taking this Nature's V product, Immunoboost, and I wasn't taking it for that. I was taking it to stave off COVID, because I'd be out in the streets, and I was like, I don't want to get COVID, so I started taking it.
Right.
And I noticed incidentally, I was not intending on getting rid of that mucousy, eerie sound in my ear, but I noticed it started going away until the days I don't take it. If I don't take Immunoboost 100 for 2 days, that swishing sound comes back and that ringing in my ear comes back. That is the truth. Ain't nobody paid me to say that. I know what I'm seeing.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to add on to that right there. Yes, sir. My face started looking younger. At least to me, I do. I don't know what my wife said, but just a little bit younger. Instead of me looking like I'm 80, I look like I'm 60 right now.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because when I was sick behind COVID, my normal weight probably was about anywhere between 182 and 184. My weight had dropped all the way down to 166.
Wow.
But now I'm back at a robust 192. So
all right.
I know what IB100 does.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Eric, you have anything to add to that testimony?
No, I mean, we can, you should make arrangements to have brother come back and talk to people so they can, question them themselves, because there's so many people that are still affected with the HIV and herpes and other things that we found successfully been able to treat people for. And Brother Demetrius's testimony is something that does not exist in the American media, even though we've tried many times to take it to black and white media, and it's been pushed to the side. So we're grateful that he's had a platform to bring that to you. But he really deserves his own show so he can just tell the history of how he came to be positive, how he came to be negative, and how he's had children afterwards, and he didn't take the product forever, and all of those things. So.
And I concur. And if Brother Demetrius, we're going to be concluding season 4 in the next couple of weeks. So we come back for season 5 in another month or two. We'll definitely do so, because I do agree, Brother Eric. Brother Demetrius is a warrior. I knew that in October 16th, 1995. I remember how strongly you testified to your serodeconversion, beloved. So that was what caught me. I was only 20 years old then. And so I said, wow, that brother's strong with it, Negative. I remember how strong you said. I said, so you're still strong today. So, Brother Eric, we'll do that. We'll do that. Real quick question, Brother Eric and Brother Demetrius, take a shot at this. Is there a point by which it will be difficult to treat HIV once it turns to AIDS? And I'm asking this from a perspective of, I had a couple of friends of mine when I was younger who had got from HIV to AIDS. And, they were at that point where they only had a few months to live. Have you ever, do you think Immunoboost could assist with that? And if so, yes. Yes or no?
Well, let me start this and I'll let it go. Brother Demetrius, tell them the part of your story about what the identifying factors of how you knew something was going on. Remember the part that you told me about you looking at your body and you saw certain things?
Yeah, I broke out with a very terrible rash that I would probably say 2/3 of the upper part of my body it just looked like a rash, and it almost looked like an enhanced map that you could probably point to my chest and tell me where you lived at, Brother Eric, and then, some of the symptoms that I had experienced, thinking back now, dealing with COVID, I experienced with that some 26 years ago, 27 years ago. So I would say, and it's something that Brother Eric said on the show last Sunday because I was tuning in, and when you got to me, Brother Michael, I had some difficulties to my phone because I was listening in on when you had Dr. Patrice on. I really believe that it, Brother Eric was talking about where a person is and, what stage they are in. But it also, I think that it also, and you can help me out with this, Brother Eric, whatever stage you're in, but it also deals with type of lifestyle that you have too, and what you're putting in your body at whatever stage or lifestyle that you're carrying. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe if you're not drinking, if you're not drugging, if you're not beating up your body and you do become ill, okay, I believe that person has a better chance regardless of what stage they are in. But if you already have pre-existing conditions based upon that you can't stop drinking, that you can't stop smoking, that you can't stop drugging, and your body has been consumed by these things, I think it might be a little bit more work to be done with that. And then if I'm out of order, please say so, Brother Eric.
I would concur. Yeah.
No, so I think that you're right. I mean, Victor Muhammad is a foremost authority on HIV because he's the only man that we know that's cured it. However, I did hear him say before, the people at the Abundant Life Clinic, when Dr. Muhammad contacted him and asked him could he do anything to help because he could no longer get the Kimron in the tablet form. The patients were dying at the time. So that kind of lends itself to the effectiveness of the product. And, we want to make sure that we bring him back. And, Brother Michael, I know this show is short, but we do have a lot of other people who have a testimony who would like to get to it.
Absolutely.
Dr. Martenia is on the line.
Yes, I see her, and we want to go there. So, Brother Demetrius, thank you, sir. I'm going to leave you with these applause. Brother Demetrius, may Allah continue to bless you to maintain health and strength. All right, brother. Thank you. We'll be back next season with you, beloved. All right, so that was Brother Demetrius, Brother Serial Deconverted. Dr. Matenia is next, I believe. Brother Eric, is that right, sir?
Yes, we want to bring on biomedical research scientist Dr. Matenia Muhammad so she can give her understanding of IB100 because she also is one of the great scientists, one of the great black scientists that we have. And she's our sister, and she speaks from a place of a scientific perspective on the supplement as a scientist and a user of the supplement. So
beautiful. Dr. Matenia, this is Brother Michael from Nat Turner Library Radio. Are you there, man?
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam. Dr. Matenia, welcome to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. How are you, ma'am?
I'm well, alhamdulillah. My pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being on our show. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Brother Eric, you said Dr. Matenia is a user and a person who uses it in her treatment. Is that right?
She has, Dr. Matenia, why don't you tell us your story with IB100?
There you go.
Yes, sir. So in the beginning of Corona, I was calling myself a warrior out there feeding people and just making sure that pregnant women and elderly had food. Unfortunately, I caught a taste of the COVID-19, and it wasn't a good taste at all. And when my dear brother Eric heard of that, I immediately received a bottle of the supplement. Within a day, everything reversed completely. I didn't have the headache, the fatigue, the nauseousness, the body aches, and so forth. And then, as you mentioned as well, when I stopped, I realized that, okay, because I got lazy, I did. When I stopped, I started to feel it creep back a little bit. I said, okay, I'm not going to play around with this. And I kept taking it. And I just felt better than I even felt before, So I was like, okay, this is something serious here. And over the years, I've studied natural medicine and other natural forms of curing or healing. And the result that I've received from this supplement doesn't compare to anything else. Nothing else compares to this supplement, I should say. And then I got married on April the 17th, 2020. 3 days later, my husband came down with COVID-19. So he's a truck driver, so he was in New York, and his sister also had it. The state of my husband was scary. I remember looking at him like, oh, whoa, what do I do with this? This brother, 3 days married, I don't know what to do. Do I take him to the hospital? Do I keep him? And I remember there were a few drops left in that bottle, just a few drops left. So I made sure I poured a little bit down my son's nose and then gave some to myself. And I said, okay, I keep this brother alive. So with like a fourth of a dose, I put it down my husband's nose. He was like decrepit. I'm telling you, he couldn't talk, he couldn't move. Not to put too much business out there, but he went back infantile. And
wow.
I gave him just a small portion. I mean, I was scratching that bottle for a little bit to go down his nose. And the very next morning, I opened the door and he was up at the window saying, I think I can go outside now. I think I can eat something. And I'm like, oh, no, what is this? You know, Allahu Akbar. But like I said, there wasn't much left there. So he did revert for about 3 to 4 days. And it was the scariest thing I've seen. You know, the COVID-19 is no joke. It puts you in a state of, I don't know if I can do this anymore. There's no God but Allah. I need to lay down and let this be it. But I remember I said, you know what, there has to be another drop in that bottle. It has to be. And I tilted my husband's head back, and I poured whatever came out that bottle down his nose. And I promise you, the very next day, he was up at that window again. Somehow I can walk, I can go outside.
Praise be to Allah. Wow.
All praises due to Allah. And my husband, you know, he's very skeptical of anything. You know, if he doesn't know about it, he don't want it. But when he came to completely and he healed, he said we need to order a few. Not one, not two, but a few. He said each month, you know, when we can, we're going to start wrapping up the purchase on this because it's needed, period. I have a sister in the mosque who was diagnosed with breast cancer. She received the supplement as well. The doctors were telling her, the allopathic doctors were telling her different things that they thought that she should do. I said, no, ma'am. We're going to do what we do. And when she went back after about 2 weeks to get her checkup, they were amazed at the results, at the laboratory results. They just couldn't believe it. They were asking, what are you doing? What are you taking? Like, this is like, we've never seen this at this stage that you've had, you know. So those are my personal experiences. And again, like you said, I'm not paid to say any of this. This is my life. This is other people's lives. And I put my word on this. I put my life on it because we definitely did put our life on this, you know. So
right.
And that's our personal experience with IB100.
Praise be to Allah. I just have one question, Dr. Matania, if I may ask.
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Eric, of course, you can add on if you wish. My question is, when you had put that final drop and you saw it work, you were truly a believer in the IB100 at that moment. Were you certain, or do you believe he had COVID-19 symptoms at that moment, or was it something that was undiagnosed, if I may ask?
No, definitely diagnosed with COVID. And as a scientist, I'm used to analyzing, observing, making, you know, my own little laboratory experiments and so forth. And so I intentionally didn't do it subsequently. I wanted subsequently. I wanted to see if this is what I'm really seeing, because he stood up at that window that very next morning the first time, and that was not with the full dosage. Whereas before, he couldn't even move from one side of the bed to the other. So within 3 to 4 days after that, whatever was left in the bottle, I did it again, and I saw him get up again. So I just knew. From there. But yes, he was diagnosed with COVID-19.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, not beautiful that he had it. Well, first and foremost, let me congratulate you on your newly wedding.
Oh, thank you.
May Allah bless you and your husband to have a long-lasting, lifelong marriage. Marriage is the only way to fight the ills of this world, and thank you for taking that leap of faith. Thank you.
Oh, thank you to Allah. Oh, thank you to Allah.
Brother Eric, what do you have?
Brother Michael?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I just want to say, Sister Martanya.
Yes.
As my brother, I know my brother's right there next to you. Brother Daryl, are you there?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. I just want to give you an opportunity to say anything that you would like to say as it relates to your journey with IB100.
Well, brothers, I'm going to get right to the point. Like my wife said, I was a skeptic. I'm an old truck driver, really, give me a cup of tea and that's it for me. But when I got this COVID and I was in that bed, I swore I was out of here. I was just praying, brother. I couldn't hardly breathe. And it was terrible. I've never felt like that in my life. And when she sit me up and poured this down my nose, man, I was saying to myself, what the heck? And I wasn't a believer. But as I laid back down and a few hours later, because prior to that, it was hard for me to even try to get up to go to the bathroom. She would have to help me, and so forth.
Wow.
But when she poured that down my nose, brother, and a few hours later, it seemed like something was coming over me. I was feeling a little bit better. I was like, what the heck is this? This ain't working like this, is it? Anyway, woke up that morning, brother, and I stood up. I was able to go to the window, and I wanted, just to breathe, just to get some air. She came in the room, and she started crying. She didn't put that part in, but yes, Allahu Akbar, brother, she started crying. And I bear witness to this here, that IB100. This is it. This is it for me. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Eric, what do you have to add on that? You have some more questions for brother?
I don't have anything else. I knew my brother was sitting there, and I asked him to be on because he's a witness bearer of what IB100 can do under the development of biomedical research sciences, Victor Muhammad. Thank you. I think our next guest is Brother Manuel Ali Rashid.
Yeah, sure. Before we get to Brother Manuel, Brother David, are you still there, sir? Or Daryl, excuse me.
Oh, you can take Brother David. Oh, Daryl, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, as I said to your wife, thank you for taking the leap of faith and the commitment of marriage. There's nothing that is more powerful than that. So thank you. Let me give you a round of applause for both of you being newlyweds and going through the necessary struggle to sustain each other during this COVID-19. May Allah bless you, brother, with good health and long life and loving life. Keep a bottle of that IB100 in your truck, brother, as you go around the country, please.
Now keep two. I'm going to keep two, brother.
Please do. You don't know what you're going to run into on that road, brother. So thank you. And I'm gonna leave you as we greeted you. We got a bunch of people to come on, but thank you, beloved, for your testimony. And inshallah, we'll talk again soon. All right?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, brother Eric. Who's next up? Brother Manuel Ali Rashid.
Brother Manuel. Yes, sir.
All praises due to Allah. Next up to the testimony chair, our brother Ali Manuel Ali Rashid. Sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, my brother.
How are you tonight, brother Manuel Ali Rashid, sir?
I'm blessed by Allah's mercy and grace, sir. How are you doing,
all right,
sir?
Brother? I am doing well, and thank you for joining us on the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Let me give you our studio applause. Brother Eric, do what you do, brother. That's what we have here.
¿Cómo estás, Sabrino?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias. I wanted everybody to know this is my nephew and my family. And he called me concerned about a month or so ago. And Sabrina, why don't you tell them what you called me about and what your experience is as it relates to you coming in contact with IB100?
Yes, sir. Well, what happened about a month ago, I started experiencing symptoms. I came home from work that evening. I'm a marriage and family therapist, so we're considered essential workers. So I was still having contact with people in the community. So a big concern of mine was COVID. Yet I didn't have any other symptoms or anything like that other than a fever. I became concerned, so I reached out to my tío and asked him if he could ship me out Immunobooster, and he did. So as soon as I started taking it, everything, I was alleviated for all my ailments as far as feeling fatigued, not having any energy to do anything. My fever went away. I found out it wasn't COVID, it was something else, but I just continued to take it because it made me feel so good. And it was improving other stuff that was going on with me that was pre-existing. So, yeah, I continued. Was going to reach out to him later on today because I need a couple more bottles for family members who I've shown other videos and testimonials to who are now interested in taking it as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Brother Eric.
So, Sabrina, could you give us a something to give to our Spanish-speaking family about IB100 that we will have from you, and anybody that's Spanish-speaking that has Spanish-speaking family can give to them real quick on the Nat Turner Library Radio show.
Yes, sir, and I'll do it in Spanish, brother.
Yes.
Para mi familia que está escuchando en español, el suplemento que estoy tomando de Immunobooster 100 me ayudó con muchos síntomas y también está ayudando a mucha gente que tiene los síntomas de COVID-19, más los síntomas de SIDA y H.I.V, cualquier virus que está perjudicando al sistema inmuno. Este suplemento los está ayudando a superar esos síntomas y mejorar. Y yo por el último mes lo he estado tomando y me ha estado mejorando mi salud en total. De mi fiebre que tuve al principio, ahora los síntomas de hasta diabetes me está ayudando. La alta presión me está dando mucha más energía y básicamente lo que hace es ayudar al cuerpo que regrese a lo normal con la comida que comemos, con las cosas que le damos a nuestro cuerpo. Lo saca de lo normal porque nuestro cuerpo no está acostumbrado a eso. Este suplemento ayuda al cuerpo que regrese a la normalidad. Yes, sir.
Gracias, Sabrina. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you so much, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
I took 6 years of Spanish, and I can get every third word, you know. Thank you. Mi hermano.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is gracias, mi hermano.
Yes, sir.
See.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well,
what I basically stated.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir. What I basically stated was that, the benefits that I've received from this and also the impact that it has on different viruses that is introduced to our bodies. And what I said is that, what we feed our bodies and we don't practice how to eat to live, it basically takes us out of the norm of the body structure and the body function. And this helps us to get back to it. Which is how I've been feeling about it because my energy level and everything else is increasing. I talked to my tío about this, and I'm like, man, what am I taking? Because I just felt, I was like, man, but, praise be to Allah. Like,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that's all I can say, brother. Thank you, tío.
Brother,
thank you.
Brother Eric, I just want a quick statement. Of course, you're speaking my language. I'm in that undergraduate thing, the trauma psychology. Brother, do you have a number that people who are going through who need marriage therapy, that you would like to advertise real quick? We got about 15 seconds to give you. Do you want to give a number, or you don't want to do that right at this moment?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's family. So, you know, I'll give you my cell phone number. If anyone needs services or just needs to talk, feel free to reach me at 323-693-6245. If you're in the state of California and you need anything pertaining to domestic violence counseling, marriage counseling, survivors of domestic violence, I do it all, brother. So I'm in the local Los Angeles area, but, you know, I'm always here. So, yes, sir. Feel free to reach me at 323-693. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
693.
I want to start learning Arabic. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, we all got to learn Arabic. We got to learn the original languages. But thank you for that, because, Brother Eric, I find it very important in a time like this that people are beating up each other, husbands beating wives, wives beating husbands, everybody beating the children. We don't need that. We need as many marriage therapists as we can. So thank you for that, Brother Manuel.
You're welcome, sir.
And inshallah, we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to leave you as I greeted you. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Te quiero, sobrino.
Te quiero mucho, tío. Gracias.
Okay, Brother Eric, who's next?
Yes, sir. Brother David should be on the line.
All right. Yes, sir. Brother David is. Brother David, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam, family. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome. Welcome to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brother Eric, do your thing.
Brother David is a business associate of mine, and Brother David is also a man who's dealt in health for a long time, and we came in contact after he saw the results of a gentleman who he was helping who had dementia. And he contacted me after that. And, Brother David, why don't you tell that story without mentioning their names, but also then your story after seeing what you saw as it relates to IB100?
Well, first of all, assalamu alaikum to the family. Thank you, Brother Michael, Brother Eric, for having me on your show today. All I can say is this. Right off the bat, IB100 is amazing. I've looked at a lot of things over the past 60 years, and this is the best thing, especially when I share with you what it has done for me. As far as family member who had contracted dementia and Alzheimer's, we traveled. I mean, you know, he was forgetting and having fits and things of that nature. But according to a family member, he started taking the IB100, and it began to have an effect on him. And I said, wow. So, you know, I'm researching. I said, well, how could this be? So there were some questions as to this could be helping because there could be a virus in us, in Alzheimer's patients, that's causing a lot of this inflammation in the brain. We don't know. We don't know yet. But all I know is that one day we actually traveled to Detroit, and he came with us. You know, I was with him. He remembered a lot of things. He functioned a lot of things on his own, and it was amazing. It was reported that he ate on his own. He was calm and very alert. And so I said, wow, there's something to this. So that was that. And then I got how I got onto this. I knew about this years ago, but I never really studied it or followed up on it until Sister Mariam said that it was helping her with her breathing condition, COPA and whatsoever. And that's what got my interest, because for 60 years I have suffered with severe asthma, bronchitis, sinus, and other avenues, even though I have played world-class tennis, and I still suffer from those. I have my machine nearby, and I still do. But recently, I just have to tell the radio audience, I was taking a butyrol sulfate inhaler I was taking the puffers, the Fablavine, and all kinds of medicine for asthma. Those who are asthmatic know what I'm talking about. And the breathing treatment. And I was doing a breathing treatment 4 or 5 times a day. And also using my inhaler 4 or 5 times, maybe more, a day. Today, right now, I think this week I might have had it once. That is totally incredible. Totally incredible. Allah Akbar. And secondly, if you probably noticed, I'm not talking through my nose. I used to have sinus issues, and the sinus has cleared up. It's better. Very rarely my nose don't plug up, and bronchitis and colds, that is eradicated. So something is happening with this. And one other thing I wanted to share, I had gotten an accident in a department store, and I had suffered from sciatica and a nerve damage in my left feet. And without knowing this, I started taking the IB100, and now that is nearly dissipated. I mean, I don't even notice it there now. I have not had any type of sciatic eruption or anything of that nature. So one other thing is I had an ear infection the other day, and I said, well, let me see if this thing works. So I just put a couple of drops in my ear, praise be to Allah, and the next day it was gone. So, wow. Brother Eric, something is going on with this, so I'm getting full board. I'm going on full board with the helping to get this to our community.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to share with the community. I got I received the product around April the 27th, and I didn't use it properly. I just took it one day, and I was fine. It works so fast. In 1 or 2 days, you'll start noticing that your body is reacting to this, and it's just doing something to heal itself.
Right.
I don't know how or why. So it's just amazing. So the listening audience, if you happen to decide that you need this or trying to decide if you need it, get it. It's not. It doesn't taste bad. It's just amazing. It's an amazing supplement, and it's nothing like I've ever seen in the last 60 years.
Beautiful, beautiful. I have nothing to ask around that. I think you've done a great job, brother, in explaining what it's done. Brother Eric, you have anything to add to that?
Praise be to Allah.
No, I just want to thank Brother David, because, most people don't research what they do. And Brother David has been a very careful student of his health and has been involved in the health field for a very long time. So, and he didn't share with me what he was sharing with me the whole time he was taking. Matter of fact, he went radio silence as soon as he got it. So I didn't know this until lately. But when it came out,
really worked.
And he did.
Well,
we were talking every day, and he didn't call me for a while. So I just want to thank him for his testimony, and I want to just say that for others who are interested, these are people who are speaking on their own freely about what they've experienced. So, Brother David, just thank you very, 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 very much.
All praise be to Allah. Thank you, Brother David, for your testimony and your time with us tonight. You have something to add, brother?
All I can say is that this supplement needs to be in every single, I don't want to say black or African American, but every Asiatic home. It should be in all of our homes.
Survival. Part of the survival kit. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, more than a survival kit.
Yes, sir.
This is the
yes, sir.
in our
yes,
home. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, beloved.
Thank you, Brother
sir.
David. And inshallah, we'll talk to you as well next season coming up. Praise be to Allah. I just have to, I'm going to leave you as I greeted you. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Brother Eric, I do have a question for application purpose. Brother had mentioned something that I didn't know. I didn't know I could put it in the other orifices like your ear and stuff like that.
Well, let's just say this. It's not what we say you should use it for, but we do know that the nasal cavity is connected in the ear also. So,
gotcha.
If you notice, when you get a stopped up nose, your ears stop up. And so when he said it, I said, well, I actually asked him not to mention that.
Oh, okay.
But
fair
enough. But listen. But now that he said it, if you think about the human anatomy, it's consistent.
Understood.
Because we know that the ear canal and the nasal cavity, there is a connecting point for that at a certain point. If you want to clear your ears, you hold your nose and breathe out, and it pops your ears. So that canal is connected. I'm a scuba diving instructor, and anytime you want to equalize, you hold your nose below air, and it allows your ears to equalize. So that oral mucosal environment is connected. So it makes sense scientifically. However, we don't know things until people tell us experiences like they have had with Brother David said, which is consistent with the way that we say that you should use the product. Fill the dropper up natively. It'll probably fill up an inch and a half. Breathe demonstratively out of your mouth in case you're not used to a liquid going into your nose, and expel the dropper into your nose. Don't eat anything 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. And
I didn't.
Brother Victor had come and given us some here. This is like in the last week, and what he suggested that we begin to give is the proper way to take the supplement. So all of the people who have given you the results, they weren't eating 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after, but he stressed to us that we should even give it more time so it could be even more effective as it relates to how we take the supplement.
Understood. I want to take a moment, Brother Eric, before we get to the last two, and do as Minister Sharif, Student Regional Minister Abdul Sharif always tells us here in Atlanta, that we don't give enough recognition to people who are fighting for us. And we've been talking about Brother Victor for some time now, and I want to give a special shout-out to the great doctorate biomedical research scientist, Brother Victor Muhammad, Allahu Akbar for him, and his sojourn with the National Institute of Health, for his sojourn as a minister, student minister in the Nation of Islam, and for him fighting till this day to bring us good food and his new business endeavors. Thank you, Brother Victor, for continuing your research and the future of whatever you have to bring of us. Support him, brothers and sisters, at lsow.org. Buy his book, as I have, and read it at Amazon.com. Buy the book, Moments in the Mind of a Minister. Just type in Victor, Victer, Muhammad, Muhammad. There's only one book there for now. I'm trying to convince him to get a few more, but he said his cup runneth over, so we're going to honor that. I just want to take a moment to bring special recognition to Brother Victor, Brother Eric, for his work with us as a people.
Yes, sir, which is warranted and due. I just want to add something to that. If you go to Natures, natures-v.com, on the first page, you can get some of the more recent writings and blogs by biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad, the creator of low-dose liquid alpha interferon.
Yes, sir.
And his writings that he keeps up to speed on what's going on in this time. That his blog is the only blog you'll find on natures-v.com, and you can read all of the things that he's putting out either there, or you can go to Life Sciences-How to Eat to Live on Facebook and find his writings there, or Natures V at Facebook also. So we're putting the best that we we're putting the best we can forward. Just so you know, we have a team of scientists that are working daily to bring us our own way of discerning our health. Many of us don't really understand what goes on in science, and you have a human being who's been blessed by God to be a god in the field of biomedical science, which is Victor Muhammad. And we should use these resources. Mr. Victor Muhammad is offering to anyone who has been diagnosed with cancer the ability to have those panels looked at to determine whether or not that cancer is real, they have been misdiagnosed. He's not asked for any fee for this. This is a service that we offer. Anyone who has been diagnosed with COVID, please contact us because we would like to do our own diagnosis of what it is that they say that you have, because if you don't have a scientist on your team, then you're subject to the scientists of this world. And we all know that the scientists are interchangeable with the gods of this world, or the imams of this world, or the doctors of this world. So you might as well use one that is looking out for your benefit. Lastly, the supplement per NIH has an extreme efficacy with the Aboriginal man that it does not have with other people. I'll say that again. The supplement per NIH, there's a study on natures-v.com. If you go to the first page and you roll down to the PDF at the bottom of the page and read that, that's from the National Institute of Health as it relates to the supplement. But the one thing that they did say, and this is with regard to HIV, that it is more effective with Aboriginal people than it is with those with people who are of the Caucasoid or Caucasian background. And that might be a reason why it's not put out like it should be, because of the effectiveness it has with us as the other things in the world affected. But you can find that on Natures, natures-v.com. Scroll down. It's the only PDF there. It's about a 45-page document that I've compiled from NIH, and you can read it right there. And you'll be surprised with the supplement they have said, National Institute of Health, Johns Hopkins University, have determined, and other research scientists from around the world have determined what the efficacy of the supplement is as it relates to our health. Thank you, Brother Michael, for that.
No, thank you. That is exactly perfect timing. We see our next guest, Brother Eric, is here. Mateen is not present as of now, but we do have Celicia. Would you like to go to our sister?
Well, before we go to her, is there? I want to talk about, if you don't mind, the immunotherapy field. And
yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. The immunotherapy field and how Victor Muhammad is leading the field of immunotherapy. If you go notice in the news today, you hear of a Dr. Judy Mikovits, you hear of names like Andrew Fauci and all of the other scientists that are out there. These scientists are on the edge of what Victor Muhammad has already concluded and proven to be true, and has already begun to help people with. Their understanding of what the supplement will do and the things that are out there are things that Victor Muhammad has already doing and has done. We are on the precipice of bringing in a whole new system of health, but we need the help of those who really are looking to get healed, and we want the worst case scenarios. We're not looking for people who are, who want to be. We want those people who have not been able to find an answer to contact us. Go to natures-v.com, fill out the contact form, and we will contact you back and give you a free consultation to what we believe will help you. If you haven't found any resolve with all of the pharmaceutical recombinant treatments that are out there, those people who are in the first stages of renal failure, all of the things, and cancers and things of that nature, as you heard Dr. Marchenia speak to, please give us an opportunity to help you, because we know we're not under any illusion that there is a supplement that will help you. But now we have to be able to get to you. So spread the news to all your listeners. Spread this broadcast to as many people as you can, and let them know that through the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who sent Dr. Aline, Dr. Barbara Justice, Dr. Wilbur Jordan to Kenya to meet with Dr. Davy Koech, who had been successful, and he brought that supplement, that Kimron, back to America, and we found that there were some improvements that could be made upon it with regards to its delivery system, which Brother Victor Muhammad concluded and made, and now we are here, and we are allowing people to get this supplement that have autoimmune diseases, and it is a very effective, well, I'll say this, outside of HIV, the most effective treatment therapy that we've seen that it works with is lupus.
Okay.
And any other autoimmune disease, so all the people that are there. So thank you for that, Brother Michael.
Oh, no, thank you for making it clear. And I appreciate that, because as Malcolm used to say, as we say in the nation, make it plain, and you just did. And thank you for that service that you're offering the community. So brothers and sisters who are listening, we got 7 minutes, Brother Eric, but I just want to say this real quick. Here at the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, we don't deal with conjecture. Brothers and sisters, I am offering you this time with the show, brothers and sisters, so you can take advantage of the information. If you yourself know someone who has these ailments, whatever Brother Eric just said, give them this information. Don't hold it. What good is it for you to have knowledge and someone you know is suffering? You got a cousin, you got an uncle, you got a family member, coworker who has these conditions. Most of us have someone. Tell them at least where to go. What you do from there, what they do from there is not on your blood anymore. Brother Eric, we got 7 minutes. What do you want to do?
Let's go to Miss Celicia and see, have her give her a quick understanding of what she went through, and then we'll close the show with the last few minutes.
All right, praise be to our sister Celicia. Are you there, ma'am? Sister Celicia.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, ma'am. Welcome to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. How are you, ma'am?
Blessed by Allah's grace and mercy. Thank you.
Thank you. Brother Eric, what do you want? Want to join in?
Celicia, can you just give us a quick synopsis of what your history was before IB100, what became after taking it, and where you are today?
I believe I share my story, I think in March. So I'm the one that had the autoimmune disease with the vascular artery migraines and the seizure disorder. And I took the IB100, and within 3 days, like, all of my nerve pain was gone. I was able to walk more than 150 feet without getting fatigued and tired. Just my entire, I guess, body kind of reset. And so after being on it for about 9 to 10 months, I discontinued taking it, and I have been functioning with no difficulty, muscular, neurological, any of that, since taking I guess it cleared my system out. So now I am able to function, without any difficulty. So none of my symptoms returned. And then we have the coronavirus, epidemic that started. And so in going back onto Nature's V, if looking through some of the, scientific research that's posted up there, one of the things said that the coronavirus, it's a virus, so of course it attacks our immune system. But one of the research studies showed that the interferon or what have you, it fights off the coronavirus recurrence or what. I'm not 100% sure. You have to go on the website to get specific clarification. But upon reading that, I knew that I took it before and it cured my autoimmune disease, and that's me saying cured because I've been off of it and didn't need it. I started taking the IB100 because Nature's V, they now have the IB100, which is pretty much a maintenance one. And so I jumped back on that in May to ensure that I wouldn't be, afflicted with any of the coronavirus issues that, a lot of people are having. And so I've been on that for, I guess, the past month, just to ensure that I wouldn't have any, issues with that, especially me being a school teacher. So, and amazingly, I didn't think that the IB100 could do anything more. When I took the IB100, oh, my gosh, it was like I could run a marathon. The energy that just kind of burst through me was astounding. I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm ready to treadmill every day, just total energy. I didn't think it could do any more, but I guess it can. So that's my testimony and story.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. I was going to say, I would imagine as the body is getting its immune system healed, then all the energy is coming back. I would imagine that's the effect,
Oh, yes. And I experienced it all, and I totally welcome anyone to definitely, that's a must. It's a must-have for any and everybody, healthy or not healthy.
Well, thank you, Sister Celicia. We got a minute and a half, Brother Eric. What do we? Do you have any comments or questions?
I just want to say that we are here to help our people by the grace and mercy of the Creator. We are the only immunotherapy company that's available directly to the company, to the world, no matter what your background is. You can't go anywhere else on the planet and deal with a company and scientists like you can here. We have Dr. Martinia Muhammad. We have biomedical sciences, Victor Muhammad. We have biomedical science, Tariq Muhammad. We have Dr. Patrice Muhammad. And we have you. And we've been given an answer to the equation if you would allow yourself to be applied to the equation. So I want to thank you once again for your time, Michael Muhammad, your beautiful wife, Sister Tangia Muhammad, and thank you for allowing this platform to exist where most people are too afraid of the truth to present the truth to the people. Thank you, Brother Michael.
Thank you, Brother Eric. Sister Celicia, we thank you for your testimony. Sorry we didn't have more time, but we thank you for your courage, Brother Eric, and anything we can do at the Nat Turner family to assist you, because we know Satan is real, but we don't fear Satan here. So anything we can do, let me know as always, and we'll bring it forward here on the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brother Eric, inshallah, we'll talk soon, have you on again. I'm going to leave you as I greeted you in the words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. May Allah continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you, and you as well. Brothers and sisters, that was just a portion of the Nature's V family and the research scientist family affiliated with our beloved brother, Victor Muhammad. There's a true and living God, brothers and sisters, who has your time in his heart and has your health in his heart. Go to these sites. But next week, this coming Thursday before the minister speaks, finally, before we end the season, we're going to have the founder of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show and the Nat Turner Library itself, Elder Khalif Baba, affectionately known as Baba Khalifa, will be here to talk about his history in starting up the Nat Turner Library and his time helping the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by keeping those books sacred. And also we're going to celebrate the birth anniversary of our chairman, Brother Khalifa Muhammad, my good friend. Next Thursday, 7 p.m., hear what the true history of the Nat Turner Library is all about, so you understand where this came from. Go to my site, bromichaelmuhammad.com, and buy something, brothers and sisters. Otherwise, you won't have these shows. I'm going to leave you as I greeted you. In words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
One key aspect of fighting.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.